What's up, guys? It's Chad, and this is the Easy Astro Images channel, and we are going to play with some photons today in SAS Pro. Now, I have put together a playlist that literally is starting with like the beginner type of stuff and just as far as we can go. So there is a link to that in the description, and I'll put a card up here if you want to play that. Also, the image from M42 that we'll be using in this demonstration is on my Google Drive that is linked down there below. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Leave me a comment about why or why not you are using SAS Pro. Maybe some things you would like to see changed or some things you would really like Frank to know that he's doing well. So appreciate that. And of course, we've got memberships and buy me a coffee if you want to support us here and help take care of that lazy guy back there. So in the last video, if you didn't see it, go watch it now. We did the basic processing, and one of the big things that we didn't cover, which is super powerful and easy to use, is masks in ASTRO Pro. And he started rolling some of this stuff out inside of PixInsight, and it just went to another level inside of SAS Pro because you can make anything a mask. You can make this entire image here a mask if you want. Super duper easy to do and everything. I actually have put a request out to Frank because I'm super lazy and I hate keyboard shortcuts. I want to be able to right click and, play with my mask stuff here. A lot of this stuff I don't see as useful to me. Frank obviously has more plans and this is his software, but I would like to have useful stuff at my tips. That's why I've added all of our cursors over here and showed everybody how to do that in the last video. So we did our stretch and we did the perfect palette picker, and we have a 4X palette. And the beautiful thing about the 4X palette is just how freaking colorful you can make it. There is yellows in here and oranges and blues and teals and everything else, but they're all kind of buried. And the big problem we have here is we shot this thing with 30-second subs and we've got a total blown out core. We can fix a lot of it, but still can't fix all of it. And I even tried off camera doing a small stretch and it was already just blown out. So I needed like 1 or 2 second subs just to kind of capture that detail. But we can bring some of it back. The first thing I want to do though with this image is let's just show you why would you ever want to make a mask of itself and then use it on the image? Well, take a look at the background here. Let's clean the background up real quick first though with Cosmic Clarity. I like to use Cosmic Clarity denoise after I have done my stretching. It just seems to work better with this smart telescope data. Your mileage may vary, and I do definitely know that on my other rig data that I processed with, it works great at the beginning of the workflow. But you can see right there how beautiful of an image we have with Cosmic Clarity denoise right off the bat, nice and smooth. So let's just drag this off right here. And now we basically have just duplicated the image. And now I am going to hold shift and drag this onto here. And now we have a mask. And if you don't believe me, you can go up here to masks and you can say, show mask overlay. So everything is red is being protected right now and the core in itself is not. So let's get rid of this thing here and we'll go into our curves editor. And what we're going to do is let's just bring down that core. Actually, red is being affected. Interesting. Okay. Red is doing everything and the other stuff is being protected. Well, now we know. I always thought it was red protects. I guess I am wrong. So we just brought down our background a little bit and I just look like a total noob that doesn't know what I'm doing. but that's fine. We learn together. That's what we're here to do. So what I want to do now is invert this. And of course, he's got keyboard shortcuts, which I already explained that I just can't stand. And now let's just bring down the overall intensity on that core. Well, it's really not doing a whole lot. And the reason why is the mask itself, whether it's inverted or not, it's just not covering anything inside of there. So let's remove it and let's go into the power of masking inside of SETI ASTRO. So what do we want to do here? We can do freehands, we can do range masks, we can do anything that we want to do. Let's do a range selection right off the bat. I think that's probably where a lot of people would like to start. So what you do is just start bringing this up here, and you want to select entire image. Now let's preview mask. And when you do the entire image, what that does with range selection is it allows you to actually see what's going on in real time. So as soon as we start touching those dials, you can see that it's overlaying everything, and we need to make this a little bit bigger so we can see what's going on. And as soon as we touch it again, it's going to snap it and make it bigger, which is super nice. That's with that little snap tool that I talked about earlier. And let's just keep crawling this in until we get into like all of that bright stuff, which is about maybe like right there. And we'll come back and fix this later. And then let's blur this, and that looks good. So we'll hit preview mask, push to a new document, click OK. And now we have our mask. So now let's just go ahead and apply it to our image, shift and click and drop. And it is. And now go into curves editor. And now we should be able to start pulling down brightness inside. How far you want to go, it's up to you. You're not going to be able to like get rid of all of it. Believe me, I've tried. But you can see now we're revealing a lot more of that stuff inside there. So I'm also going to increase the saturation inside there because we're dealing with a 4X palette, and having all those nice poppy colors is really what we want. So we'll send that to the document, call it good, and then we will get rid of the mask and we can delete it, start over later. So that's step one there. Let's go ahead and do another one and get a click on the image, create mask. Let's do some freehand stuff. Let's just work on this baby over here. So we'll work on the running man, just kind of draw a nice line around the outside of them and everything like that. We could target the middle if we wanted to, but let's just go ahead and deal with this. And let's go ahead and blur that baby like crazy, preview the mask, and that's what we're going to get. So we'll click OK, push to new document, mask, OK, cancel. Don't need to do it again. And we will shift click and drag onto there. And want to see your mask again. You know, some people love to double check and stuff. There's our overlay right there. So there is our mask. For some reason that's peeking through. Don't know why. Shouldn't be. Let's just see what curves does though. So curves editor, make sure we got the right window selected. So let's see. Yep, it's only doing that part. So we want to brighten that baby up a little bit, and we definitely want to increase the saturation. Reset that saturation, crank that up. 4X, we want poppy colors. That looks good. Put a little bit more brightness into that. That looks good. And you could add a little bit of chroma to kind of change your hues if you wanted to. Make it nice and poppy. Apply to document. All right, that is good. So let's go ahead and get rid of that mask. Now let's go back in and make another one. So let's make another select entire image. Let's make another range selection here. And for this one, I just want to kind of try to cover all the stuff that should have some kind of color. Probably about right there. Blur that. Preview mask, and we'll push that to the document. Say okay. And we can close this all out. And let's go ahead and apply that. Shift click drag. Pull curves back up. Add in some saturation. Now we're really bringing that 4X palette to life. Click apply. Let's hit it with some chroma. Oh yeah, look at those yellows and those oranges and everything else. Apply to document. That looks good. And let's get rid of the mask here. Let's take a look at our image. So we've got this nice poppy core here. All the pinks and everything though are kind of muted. They're getting blinded by like all of the white and everything else that's in there. So let's go and try to make a really creative mask with our freehand. And how we want to do this is let's just select those areas. So let's start right here and just kind of come around, go around here, around there. And I don't want that. Is there a way to invert that? I don't think there is. Okay, let's get rid of the clear shapes. So let's go around it from the other way. So we can go this way, back into here, around, come back this way, and go out in here. Then let's go around here. And then there used to be a way to cut out a shape. I wonder if that works. There's shape. Nope. So I think with a range selection is probably going to be the best way to get that. So if we select entire image and let's make this bigger so we can see what we're doing here. And we can play with our upper and lower limits. And if we start playing with those, so we don't want to touch any of this colored stuff that we already have done. So this is super freaking handy. So I'm going to stop about right here. And then with our lower limits, we can bring everything else in. And we could even capture some of all that stuff out there. And then we can blur this sucker. And then maybe bring that in a little bit. I want to get some of that stuff on the outside. So let's look at that. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. All right. Can't do this in any other program. That's for sure. Shift click drag, drop that on there. Let's take a look at it again just to make sure. Okay. Now the mask is saying that it is not blocking that out, but we know that previously it did. So we're not going to trust it. We're going to just wing it and go for it. So curves editor. Let's just try brightening that stuff up a little bit. Okay, we are good. We are good. Love it. All right, then saturation. Apply. that. See if we can induce some color into. Oh, yes. There we go. Oh, love it. Then a little bit of chroma. Make everything totally blowed out and crazy. Awesome. Move that mask, and yeah, we've definitely brought that a long way compared to that right there. So that's where we started. That's me playing, and this is where we are now, all by making masks. And you know, if you think that we lost some of the detail and stuff that's in here, you could run this through Cosmic Clarity again. You can also, like we showed before, use some of his cool tools like the dark scale enhancer. I would always use that first because that just really hits those dark areas on the inside. So if we do, there's our after, there's the before, so you can see how it kind of cleaned that stuff up. You could use some wave scale, but we know that wave scale just doesn't work very well on this image. So we can use texture and clarity, which works really cool. So you can make it, big, fit the image, and we can just basically start turning up the texture a little bit. We can turn up the clarity a little bit, and we're starting to recover some detail. So this is, kind of like a local histogram adjustment, maybe. I don't know, like camera raw type of stuff. Like, this is just awesome that it's built into SETI Astro Pro. And like I said, is the more you use it, the more you get just used to all this stuff. That there's so many just awesome features that built into this freaking software. It's so crazy. So there's our image. Add our stars back. Shit, that looks freaking awesome to me. Totally wild, totally vivid. You don't see too many Orions like that. So anyway, I hope that this kind of showed you how easy and how awesome it is to make masks inside of SETI Astro Suite Pro. I made a couple mistakes. No sense in rehearsing all this stuff. I'm learning. You guys are learning. The data's down there. Play with it. Enjoy. And, let Frank or whoever know if you have any questions. We'll talk to you guys later.